The Battle Blimp is still the strongest siege machine in the game, and today you'll see Ast dominate with it with both the Super Archer Clone Blimp and the Super Minion Clone Blimp, and we'll even tell you when it's best to use both of them. How you use battle blimps has changed drastically in the last update, and if you want to learn how to use them at the top of your game, make sure you come to the Ast Blimp Masterclass. You see the time there, July 9th, later this week. Extremely affordable. All the links are down in the description below, and even if you can't attend it live, there will be a video version emailed to you, so perfect. Let's get into some replays here. I'll try and kind of break down what you'll see Ast breaking down with some live attacks of his here, and just show you how good he is with this army. So obviously coming in alongside, I kind of want to talk about this. Actually, we'll wait a second. There's the freeze spell. This type of base here, right, it is a box base, but this town hall is quite deep. There's a lot of value defenses on this side of the town hall, which is awkward for a lot of armies, particularly like the Zap Titans, but it's perfect for Super Archer Blimps because you can come from the far side, as you see Ast do here, and he's way more likely to get the town hall and the entire core of the base. He brings a freeze, and I really like this. Generally, you don't bring a freeze if you use this army in Legends League, but if you're coming in war, then you do want to bring the freeze some of the time, because this sweeper was obviously pointing exactly where he came from. Now, look at this. It's been like a quarter of a second, and he's already got the invis down, and I'm sure Ast will stress this a lot. You have to get the first invis down immediately, and that's what he does. He also got the clone down immediately too, because all of the trash troops are dying. We can have a look at what his CC composition is at the end of this attack, and I mean, look at the value he's getting. He's doing this with 5 invis spells. There is no 6th invis. We know this because we brought the freeze spell. Crazy. Notice, by the way, he brought double clone. Some people bring single point clone. Some people bring double. I can't really convince you one way or the other. I've seen both of them be very effective. Ultimately, it's up to you. But if you've got questions about it, ask Ast. Honestly, ask him and see what his take is on it. Now, I'm just going to apologize in advance. I've done a few recordings of this video, and I've said Synthé by accident. It is Ast. If I say Synthé, hopefully the editor can come in and fix that. But yeah, it is Ast, and we'll just 2 times through the rest of this, because we're just kind of here to show the actual Super Archer clone, or the Super Minion clone that you'll see in one of the later attacks. And yeah, just using the rocket balloons to finish off the base. I like that he brought the Apprentice Warden, by the way. Gives his heroes so much more HP, particularly that Barb King gets like an insane amount of HP. It's like 32% of 12,000. Quick maths, that's like an extra 3 to 4,000 hit points. Nicely done from Ast there. Let's get into another box space. Another sort of box space, like the last one. I mean, it's just the most common type of base. Now, this one's not as deep. There still is a lot of value defenses in front of it, but not as deep as the others. Now, I like Ast here. Sets a funnel with the baby drags and the rocket balloons. Baby drags and rocket balloons are just such a nice combo to funnel. Then the super drags, obviously. Super drags got an update recently, and they're clearly very good. But let's pause it here, because I want to talk about why this blimp is so good. Let's have a look at these 2 sweepers. Neither of them are covering the middle of the base here, which means we can send a blimp in and it's not going to find a sweeper at all, which will help. Now, there is a very high likelihood, though, that there is a tornado, because it's kind of an obvious spot. But one way to counter the tornado is to delay your warden ability, and the best way to do it is to come in with your main kill squad from the back end, because we don't need to press our warden ability until the super drags need it. So look at how long he's going to delay here. Also worth noting, we're only bringing 3 invis, because this is the Super Minion blimp. Ast didn't see as much value in the Super Archer blimp, and I can imagine the reason for that is because we're coming in with the Super Drags. We need the spells with the Super Drags, firstly, and secondly, particularly these 3 free spells you see here. And secondly, if you land the Super Archer blimp here, right, the Super Drags will be taking out the Eagle as the Super Archers shoot at it. It's just really not necessary. You're just better off sending the blimp further into the base and have it be Super Minions and save the spells for the rest. Because the Super Archers, they take 5 to 6 invis. They're not particularly quick. And look at this, right? delaying this Warden ability so much. He was looking for the NATO because it would have likely been in front of that Eagle. We find no NATO, but we find a lot of traps. And look at this. There is the NATO. Nice to activate that. And look at that. Gets the clone down immediately yet again. That means he's maximizing that for his troops. And these super minions are insane. I mean, look at them. They just gutted the base here, and they do it quickly. Like, this is the main difference between them and the super archers. How quickly and swiftly the super minions deal with that town hall compartment, and this is completely wrecked. This is completely wrecked. We're just going to put the king and queen with our warden, just maximize that aura, the RC on the other side, and it's crushed. Not even close. That freeze spell was not needed. The invis spell is not needed. 2 swag spells are there. Really nicely done from us. I got one more replay for you. We're going to finish it off with an anti-3. Not the most common type of base, but these are generally not as good for blimp attacks because the value is spread throughout the base. But look at what Ass is able to do here. Go straight over the Eagle. You would have thought there'd be a NATO there, but alas, there isn't. And we're coming in with the double clone version with 6 invis. And I mean, look at all these super archers. Even if Thor, the defender here, wages his mighty hammer, which is a word that I forgot how to pronounce because it starts with like M then J, right? Which is just a ridiculous set of letters to start a word with. Even if he wages his mighty hammer, there's nothing you can do to stop this. I mean, look at that value. It's perfect base identification on all 3 attacks here. And that's something that Ass will be able to do better than I ever could. When do you use the super minion blimp? When do you use the super archer blimp? When do you use Blizzard? Rarely, if ever, but there are times when you definitely can use the Blizzard. When do you use all these? What angle do you come in from? And that is the best way I can sell the masterclass for you all. You will learn that. That is almost exclusively what I imagine he'll be talking about. Obviously, talking about the spell deployment, maybe one clone versus 2 clone, but yeah. All about when to use each of them. He seems to really like the rocket balloons on the back end. He'll kind of make a meal of this top compartment, unfortunately, but when you get that much value from the super archer blimp, there's just not really a lot you can do to stop it, and that will be it for this video. So just a short video today. Figured I'd show you guys some of the things that Ass is doing with the blimps, and if you enjoyed this, make sure you attend the masterclass this weekend. Like I said, everything you could need is in the description down below. And if you want to see more Super Archer clone blimps, we'll link 2 videos on the left. One of them's a part 1 and one of them's a part 2 of the 2 best Super Archer clone blimp players in Legends League battling it out 1 versus 1.